Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. Today we're here with Will, and congratulations to Will. He's just finished his 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge. To know more about Will, of course, click below or head over to the kickoff video to learn more about his story. Will, how does it feel to reach the end?
It feels good, man. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like it went by fast. There was a lot of good information. And so far, so good.
Awesome. So let's get started here. I mean, as we close up, I always like to ask people, what's the single one transformation that happened to you in the last 10 days, which whatever it might be. I mean, share with us whatever that one transformation that has changed everything for you going on to this challenge.
Yeah, I would say all 3 growth hacks were awesome. They all have a strategic plan. Growth hack number 1, I think, is propelling a lot of it. And I'm really looking forward to that one. And I would say that the biggest transformation for me and my team really comes on the fact of getting fresh new ideas and having the ability to execute on them fast. So I think that what came with it was faster execution because there was minimal time between growth hacks, which kind of forced the hand to just execute on something without having this long drawn out process of let's build something, then let's implement it, and then let's drag it out, and then that didn't work. So now we're 3 months later building something else. Instead, it was like 3 days later. So that was probably the biggest and coolest transformation so far.
Awesome. So I also, from my side, I think also the transformations that I noticed, so I always give people my feedback at the end as well, is there was a couple of things. Number one is I noticed that your speed really picked up, like your energy level picked up and your speed picked up, which is kind of the execution part. And you found extremely clever ways. You remember there was a few blocks in the beginning with the first hack, like some things that you tried in the past that didn't work. And I love the fact that you've taken past failures and you brought them into a positive context, being like, okay, how can we learn from these? And if you remember our first conversations, it was about, the skin, as we called it, the skin internally, but it was like we got over that really quick. And so what I noticed was like once we got over a few little hurdles, your thinking and speed just went like through the roof. The other big transformation I noticed was the fact that, and I know you shared this with me in the very beginning, was like, we're creating your formula. And this is Will's growth formula, not, Coca-Cola or whoever else out there being transformed into something for you, right? And I think that highly empowered you. And I remember, and by the way, you're not the only person. And so many people have this where they spend a lot of time and money and effort trying different things with different organizations, different ways, and it just doesn't work. And then they're like, oh man, I don't know if this growth thing is going to really work. But I think that you were just so open-minded. And I think that the gateway that opened it for you was the idea of like, I'm creating my own formula. Like you empowered yourself and took it. That was, to me, the biggest transformation I saw.
Cool, man. Thank you. That definitely means a lot because we, people in my position, we're just go all the time. We're always looking for something. We're always trying something because, to your point, that we're the ones that are trying to figure out what's the next thing that we're going to do that's going to amplify us. And sometimes, I'll say that we get caught up in our own world and we kind of box ourselves in when we don't realize we're boxing ourselves in. Yep. So it's enlightening to have other perspectives look at your situation outside of the box you're in, help to remove you from that box and see it from a different perspective, which allows you to kind of reignite that level of inspiration and motivation that you have to direct it to something new and fresh, which can re-stimulate your entire business model.
100%. I also like the idea how you got your team involved operationally. So it was always like, how do we take this, translate into operations and execute fast? And I remember we had a few conversations about, a few things that we need to fix, which is awesome. That's exactly what this is about, because we want to identify constraints and problems as quick as possible because we want to get to the opportunity and make that growth happen. So I think you did that very well. So for those who are like tuning in, they're watching this right now, super excited. They're like, oh man, like I want to be like Will. What can you give the audience as a piece of advice of something that you learned that you would like them to know about that you, from your experience on the challenge?
Yeah, so I would tell people that you know, you're gonna take 10 days. It is definitely something that you have the ability to do, because you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't even be watching this if something didn't draw you to it. So you do have the ability, you can do it. It's a matter of looking at everything you have going on and saying, okay, I'm going to direct my energy and attention to this. It will unveil itself. You're going to have these ideas in your head, because you're going to have these perceptions of, well, I've already tried all these things. I've tried things. What could be so different that is going to work? And what you have in your head is, you have something in your head, you're just not seeing it. So these growth hacks help pull you, like I said, they pull you outside of that box, that also re-stimulates your thinking well beyond these growth hacks, which is crucial. That's why people buy a personal development course. It's why people read a book. It's why people hire a mentor. It's why people go to business groups or go to networking events, because or even collaborate, because they're looking for that edge. So if you're looking for that edge and you haven't found it, or feel like you can amplify it, this would be a great short opportunity for you, a good investment, a good short opportunity for you to see and expose and expand upon those growth aspects that you have inside your head already that you're just not using.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great place. Yeah, taking that canvas out of the mind and putting it into the system, and then turning it into a growth system. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think the compounding effect of your 3 growth hacks are going to last you actually a long time. Minimum, these hacks will last you a year, and they will exponentially give you the results. Just consistency is the key. So as we move forward, I mean, you know, we have the paid forward system, nominating other people, the next people. So before we do that, though, this is a new question. I'm going to be awesome. This is a new question I'm asking today. When you want to describe this challenge in your experience to the nominees you want to bring onto here, what are the benefits you would tell them about, and the reasons why you think it's imperative that they would do this challenge?
I would tell them that one of the key aspects of this, and why I think it is important for them to do it, is because they're already in the growth mindset. They're already in it. They're not, it's not something that I'm launching this business next year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You've already proven that you have something that works. You've already proved concept. You've put all sorts of time and energy behind what you're doing already. And one thing that this will help you do is it'll help customize growth hacks for you and what you're doing, because what you're doing is already custom. It's not like you said, hey, I see that the vacuum industry is really good, so I'm just going to go sell vacuums. That's not what this is. This is, you've created something that was in your head. You downloaded a blueprint. You've proved concept, and now we are always looking for ways to grow. And this is going to, in a quick, short time span, is going to give you 3 opportunities that you haven't seen, that are going to customize to what you're doing to help you grow in the industry that you're in. There's really, you can't lose by doing this. You cannot lose. And one thing that I would say that I would get, you know, just to throw the elephant in the room out to them, I would say the key to being successful in this challenge, this is the key to being successful, is you have to say what doesn't feel right and what you know has not worked in the past. It is so vital to identify and bring to the surface the things that are not working and have not worked, especially if it's around one of the growth hacks, because now not only are you getting a way to growth hack, but you're also leveraging somebody that can help you solve a problem that you've had for a while. Because it's a lot easier to just take a problem, put it to the side, and look for another solution in a different realm. What if you just solved that problem and created a more optimized way to gather more customers, grow your company, grow your business, so that you don't get in the habit of just, oh, I got a problem, put it aside. Oh, I got a problem, put it aside. Then you're like this, on your growth journey instead of a straight line. So that's another thing that I would say, that just benefiting from that alone is crucial.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. No, I love it. And I remember in the beginning, you were talking about, when we were talking about the growth on cocaine, right? We were talking about the spikes and stuff like, and you were like, dude, that stuff doesn't work. I've been there. I know it doesn't work. I was like, awesome. If we can get past that, that little bump on the road, you're sailing, man, because once you know how to build these things and you've got that mindset where you want to build things that are scalable and consistent, things happen. And that's where momentum comes into play. Awesome, man. So who are your 3 nominees and why, man? Who are the 3 lucky nominees you want to bring on board, man, paying this forward to?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna nominate a friend of mine named Olenka, a friend of mine named Sarah, and a friend of mine named Danica. They're all in their own unique space. 2 of them are a combination of a digital product with in-person events. And the other one is a hairstylist, also looking to grow a product line that they already have, and expand their reach and their uniqueness in their own unique industries. I think they're all qualified to do this. So I'm excited to nominate them and see what kind of results they get if they do this.
Awesome. There we go. We come to the end. Congratulations. And I give one last challenge to everybody. I tell them at the beginning, I'm going to give you a little bit of surprise. I get a little bit worried, but it's not a big deal. So in this book, there are 20 hacks. We've done 3 of them, right? So we've used 3 parts in here, and that means there's 17 left. So I challenge everybody at the end of this, if in 60 days you finish the 17 remaining ones, I'll put you into my all-star program. And that's a way of me getting the superstars within our program to get them more support. We're consistently finding new tools and ways to, after the challenge, to keep supporting people so that they continuously to grow. We only do the challenge once, but once you're there, and you don't need to do it again. Once you've done it, you're on your way. You'd be surprised how simple it is, but continuously practicing these tools that you've learned and building up that muscle is super important. It's also really good to getting your team involved because you've done that before. And so many people use the methodology with the book and get their team involved and get them also designing and developing growth hacks within it. And they build it up inside. So yeah, there you go, man. I hope to see you in the all-star program.
I'll for sure be in the all-star program. I'll just tell you that right now.
Done. Let's move on forward. I look forward to hearing all about your successes. Do keep us posted. We'd love to always keep updated with whatever happens after the challenge. So don't forget about us. Definitely keep us posted and let us know how things are moving along. Will, good luck and congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you for the experience. I'll be around for a while, and I'm excited to see these first 3 growth hacks work, expand, and dive into the rest of it.
Awesome.